Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up, wake up, wake up, guys! Wake up this morning. It is Thursday. We're on the downhill side of the week, and of course, there's no rest for the weary. Got lots of stuff to do here. I got all kinds of shot glasses that I got to get into the mail. I got to get them packaged up. You guys saw me doing the press conference here, putting together all these boxes. I got to put them together. Got to put the addresses on them and get them to the post office and so on. But hey, I love doing that, and we've got to finish off all of the shelves that are in there as well. So we got lots of work to do. So if you watched the press conference yesterday, you see a new sheriff in town, a very low-key, nervous sheriff in town, and Mike McCarthy. We found out that Marco Colombo is not going to be returning. We know Sanjay Lau is out. We believe that Kellen Moore, we're going to get some more of Kellen Moore going into his second year. And we know we've already hired some a defensive coordinator in Mike Nolan. We've got John Fossil in there, and I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? For the defensive line, having a brain fart, but it'll come back to me. We believe that Chris Richard might be in the mix, but there's no definite word yet. So it's all in flux, and it's all coming together actually rather quickly. Now, there's a lot of people who are like, this is just a retread. This is, not the best choice out there, that maybe they should have gone for one of these young guys in college. I'm not that guy. I believe that Mike McCarthy is a really good choice. He had opportunities last year to interview for teams and declined to, from Arizona to the Browns and things like that. But instead of taking one of these downtrodden franchises, he waited for the right fit and job that he wanted that is really step up. A lot of times coaches don't get opportunities and they end up taking these dead end jobs that nobody succeeds at, and then they're viewed upon as, well, he couldn't win there. He wasn't very good. But that sometimes is not the case. Sometimes it's just that you're just doomed when you walk in the door. Take a look at the Redskins. It doesn't matter if you're, Shanahan. It doesn't matter if you're Joe Gibbs. It doesn't matter if you're Marty Schottenheimer. It's just like a dead end. It doesn't matter. It just won't work. And it seems to be that's the case in Cleveland. You look at quarterbacks that go there. Even though some of them have great promise, all of a sudden they look like trash. You could look at Baker Mayfield, who last year looked fantastic. This year, well, he looked like trash. So he waited, and he also, after coaching the Green Bay Packers for so long, reflected and hopefully reinvented himself. He started that analytics company and things where they watched tons and tons of film. He wasn't just out there just, mowing the grass and hanging out on the beach. He was still putting in the work. And one of the reasons that I believe that he took this job is because he looked at it and said, this team's got a lot of players, including a quarterback. Now, when you think about the experience that he has, he started out as offensive quality control with Kansas City, with Joe Montana in the mix his last couple of years, and then became quarterbacks coach. He had guys like, he had Rich Gannon. I'm not saying Rich Gannon was great, or Elvis Goldbrack, Steve Bono. They were, okay quarterbacks, nothing to write home about, but still pretty decent guys to work with. And then he goes to Green Bay the last few years of Brett Favre. Drafts a young Aaron Rodgers, who actually fell in the draft. And you see he won a Super Bowl with him. But even before that time, because there's a lot of people that are saying, oh man, they were passing like 80% of the time his last couple of years. It's like, yeah, well, you had Aaron Rodgers who, was like butter, and you didn't have running backs the quality of Zeke Elliott. Because an interesting thing happened when he was offensive coordinator. with New Orleans and had Ricky Williams, well, guess what? The last 2 years of Ricky Williams, he had about 2,250 yards and 14 TDs. So it's not like he doesn't know how to run the football. But you go with what works well. And here's what you got to like is he really likes Dak Prescott. And as opposed to what the Dallas Cowboys do, which is the way it always bothered me from the first time I heard Jason Garrett say this in a press conference. It's the way we do things around here, which told me how rigid they were. And you could see how sometimes how stubborn, how hard-headed they were with running Zeke in the middle. We're paying Zeke Elliott a whole lot of money. We're going to run on first down. I don't know too many teams that are successful anymore being predictable like the Cowboys. Very few. I know you got a great back, and you look at some of the other teams that have had great backs. You look at Todd Gurley when he was healthier. What they did was they got him the ball in space. It wasn't just using him as a battering ram up the middle. You ended up doing play action, screens, and things like that got him out there. And when you listen to Mike McCarthy, it's evident that his knowledge in football is head and shoulders above what we had before. He likes Dak Prescott. He's broken down a lot of film of Dak Prescott, and he likes the way he moves. And his point is we're going to take him to another level. We're going to use the things that he does well and make them better, and then we're going to teach him other things. So when you start thinking about, because if you follow the analytics, if you look at the numbers, when the Dallas Cowboys did play action passing, we get 8.3 yards. Every time. That's the average of every time we've done play action. And when you've had Dak Prescott outside of the pocket, Dak is one of the top quarterbacks outside the pocket. He didn't run much. I think that equates because he didn't get paid. I wouldn't be risking my life after I'm getting only $2 million for the year, and I got no tomorrow after this year. I wouldn't be putting my neck out on the line either. As opposed to, say, Aaron Rodgers gets $2 million for every game that he shows up. Whether or not he's on the field, he gets that $2 million. But I think what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot more play action. You're going to see him outside the pocket a lot more. And I think you're definitely going to see Randall Cobb in the mix as well. And I dare say that Randall Cobb will want to be here to, one, because his wife, who's an attorney, is in Dallas, about to have a baby any day now. It might be dropping right now as we speak. Wants to stay in Dallas. Two, he's going to want to be with Mike Martz because he knows the system that he plays and enjoys him. You even saw Mike McCarthy basically shout him out at the press conference. I think you're going to see a much more open offense. And for those of you who are worried about, Zeke Elliott, he's not going to run the ball. No, I think you're going to see Zeke and Tony Pollard all over the place. If you're Mike McCarthy, you have to be like the mad scientist right now because he has never had so many playmakers in so many different positions before. Yes, he's always had a great quarterback in Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, but now you'll have an Amari Cooper. You'll have a Michael Gallup who can go deep. You've got, a great slot receiver in in Randall Cobb. And for those of you who are saying, well, Randall Cobb, get rid of him. I tell you what, he ranked out as the fourth best slot receiver in the NFL, FYI, averaging 14.9 yards per completion. Yeah. And had he had those 4 TDs that were called back because of holding calls, he would have been probably the top slot receiver. Just saying. You put that with Blake Jarwin and get another tight end in there, all of a sudden you got Tony Pollard. I think Austin will be gone. I think this experiment will finally be done. And you've got Zeke Elliott with a great offensive line. That's the reason why he wanted to take this job. He's got all the pieces right there. It's now just him putting all these pieces together. So you can see why he'd want to be coach here. And I think this is going to bode well for Dak Prescott. I know he has an affinity for Jason Garrett because Jason Garrett was the coach and the only professional coach that he's had in his 4 years. But I think this is going to be an even bigger step up. So I'm excited as can be. I'm hoping that you guys, after seeing the press conference yesterday, maybe you come around. If not, well, just go ahead and hate. But I think that this was the best move that Jerry Jones could make with the sample size of what's out there right now. And I can't wait to get this season on. So let me get busy getting these things packed and getting them ready to ship. I'm going to be heading to my mother-in-law's this afternoon, so I'm going to be on the road. So I'll be down there tonight. But anywhere and everywhere, if there's news on the Dallas Cowboys, you'll find it right here on the Jobu Sports Report. Shout out to all the members. I'm working on something special for you guys that will premiere tomorrow night on our live stream. And I just can't wait, man. I'm excited. This decade is going to be fantastic. I'll see you soon.